Welcome back to Loose Women, where we've got a jam-packed show for you until 1:30. Getting gobby with me, Andrea McLean, today are Jane McDonald, Carol McGiffin and Lynda Bellingham. OK, it used to be makeup or earrings, but now one school has outlawed fake tans in a bid to crack down on glowing orange pupils. Now, the school says it goes against their aim of promoting natural beauty and contentment with one's looks. But isn't school time for kids to rebel against the norm or experiment with their looks? Did you set out to shock when you were younger?
Oh, gosh, no. I wanted to blend in. Give me some wallpaper and I'll wear it, you know. I just didn't want to be... there was always a group of girls that they were beautiful people, the beautiful people. Pamela, Mandy and Lynn. I remember them as plain as day, and they all played violin. They were gorgeous. And they were like the girls, you know, and they just had beautiful hair and all the guys fancied them. And then there was us lot, which we weren't really good looking at all. And
yeah, but if you say, I mean, how come you ended up doing what you're doing?
Because I was painfully shy as a kid. I know it's hard for you to believe that, but I really was.
No, I don't understand how you can be that shy and then end up on the stage in front of thousands of people singing.
Well, you fight your fears, don't you? I used to literally be sick before I went on. And then I thought, come on now.
Why would you do something that made you sick before you did it every time?
Because
well, you go out and get drunk.
That makes you sick after. It was all like that later. I'm never sick. I love you, no. No, I'm not.
It's only a joke.
See, the thing is, I'm the total opposite, because I was well, not show off at school, but I used to, you know, do things in the playground to entertain people just because I was bored. I was bored. We were bored. Everyone was bored. It was the worst school in the world. And I've always been kind of extrovert, I suppose, even as a child. And I think the only thing I'm really good at is being myself. I can't be anybody else. And I'm not a comfortable performer. Like, I could never in a million years go up on stage in front of thousands of people and sing, or act even. There's no way I could do it. I'd be like that, and I don't want to feel like that.
That's very interesting, because you're very stylish, and you wear clothes well, and I envy you that, because that's another thing. I hated school. I remember the first day at grammar school, they whipped my berry off and pulled the little toggle off my berry. I was mortified, you know. Oh, no, not my berry.
Not me toggle.
And yes.
Take my eyes, but not the toggle.
And I would love to have been extrovert in what I look. I really envy you the ability to put clothes on and wear them. And people must look at you.
Showing off, though?
Well, it is in a way, because people are going to notice you, aren't they?
Well, I suppose so. You know, I don't mind that. I mean, all I do is I just want to be, I don't know, I like all new things. Like when punk rock came in, I was like right out there with the bin bags and gobbing on people, you know. Well, people gobbed on me too, but because it was a new thing, and it was a trend, and it was a fashion, and I've always embraced that. But I don't really see it as showing off.
Something that involves people spitting on you.
Oh, I was 17, 18 at the time, you know.
She's still there with the bin bags, but she just not made it to the door.
I still pogo in my living room. No, I don't really.
I must admit, when I was kind of a bit of mixture of everything, really, when I was little, because I was fairly sort of confident and all this sort of stuff with my friends, with people that I felt really comfortable with. You know, I was like how Finley is now, like a until mum's ears were bleeding, which is kind of what Finley's like. But with new people, I was a bit more shy. But I love drama, and I love being on stage, because you were pretending to be somebody else. And my sort of secret little dream when I was, I don't know, 10 or 12 or whatever, you know, when you used to watch the old films and the Oscars and this sort of stuff, and all these beautiful actresses coming down the red carpet, and all the people screaming their name, and all, I used to think I'd love to do that. I didn't want to act. You know, I didn't necessarily want to be in the films. I just wanted the bit of walking down the red carpet, just up and down, because it looked so glamorous.
I think it's a bit sad about the fake tans, really, is that young girls are trying to emulate something that is so about... It's not natural, is it? You know, it's an image, and it's all this business about everybody's got to look like that. And when you're well, I reckon, until reasonably young, up until you're 15, 16, you should just enjoy. And if you have a natural propensity to dress well or be fat or do something different with your school uniform, great, but just enjoy.
Be yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and it's strange, this whole fake tan thing. It's a bit odd that it's taken a head teacher to say, you know, why are these kids coming to school with fake tans? Why? Because the school encourages the kids to be themselves and embrace their natural beauty. And I just think,
Where are the
why
parents?
are the parents
Yeah,
doing that?
exactly.
You know, I think that's the problem with it.
But that's been going on forever. I can remember being dragged off to the, the chemistry lab at school to have nail polish taken off and all this sort of thing.
Yes,
and your
but that's
eyeliner
not
rubbed
being
off.
that's not enhancing your appearance per se, is
I
it?
thought
It's
it
just,
did when I was
well, it's
13.
not really.
Do you not think, though, that they're just maybe pinching a bit of the mother's, moisturiser? Because you can get all these moisturisers now with fake tan in, that you don't have to go and buy fake tan. You can get these all sat in every high street now.
Notice it, though, that
So
much,
you
would
you
No,
know
you use it all the time.
Yeah, so you use it. And,
Have you not noticed Carol glows in the dark?
Yeah. The orange.
OK, our first guest is certainly giving private medicine a sexy image makeover in the new ITV1 drama Harley Street. Now, it's set in London's famous wealthy medical district, focuses on 3 GPs who all have their own unique take on the meaning of wraparound healthcare. As GP Martha Elliott, she's in for a shock tonight when she has to break some devastating news to an old and faithful patient.
So why don't you tell me what's going on?
You have chronic lymphocytic leukemia. It's a cancer of the white blood cells.
What does that mean?
As it advances, it results in swollen lymph nodes, spleen and liver, and eventually anemia and infections. None of these are good for someone of your age.
So what do we do?
We treat it with chemotherapy and monoclonal antibodies.
Does that work?
We hope so.
Please welcome Saran Jones.
I know. Well, very posh in that.
Bit different to me in normal life, isn't it,
Yeah.
Carol?
Now, that was quite a serious bit, obviously, that we showed there. But, the sort of buzz around the series, it's quite sexy, isn't it?
Yeah, Paul's character is very sexy. But, I mean, he's a young guy. He's, in his 20s. He's a doctor, and he's single, so why wouldn't you?
Well, I've
get
seen
with all the
clips of it
girls?
where he comes out the shower and you're very good with your eyes. You keep them right up there. There's no flickering or anything.
Well, there was one flicker on the way out, but just the one.
So what's the sort of premise of the show?
Like you said, it's 3 doctors who have this private practice on Harley Street. But, I mean, I think the best thing about, like, a medical series is that you get people coming in each week. So there's, like, like guest stars, like, coming, because obviously we can't treat the same patients every week. So I think, and also because it's a new series, getting to know the characters, and it concentrates on, like, the doctors' private lives. So there's not too much blood and gore, which is quite a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you had Leslie Phillips. Who else have you got coming up?
June Whitfield, we had James Fox, and it's kind of littered. In fact, June Whitfield and Wendy Craig, they're together as like 2 bickering sisters, and they're very funny.
So what was Leslie like
Yeah,
to
it was
work
really
with,
good.
though? What was he? Because he's a bit of a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, and he said, "Come into my trailer, Saran. I have a present for you." And he gave me his autobiography, and it said, "To dear Saran, the adorable Saran, ding dong, Leslie Phillips." Oh! And I mean, he's like 80-something, and yeah, he still managed to make me kind of get, I was like,
Ding dong.
tripped off on my mum. Hi, Mum, by the way. She's watching it.
Hello. So is it nice to play something so different? Because obviously, I mean, I know you've done numerous other roles since leaving Coronation Street, but this is completely different. It's a complete move away.
It is, and I think it does take a bit of getting used to if you know me from other stuff. But I was brought up in like a home life to try new things and to try, and also I'm an actress, and